Well, here we go. I have no AC in this car. The suspension's shot. Heating is spotty. It's all black. Leather interior. And it's summer. So I will be sweaty every time I get in this car. And both of my parents live 8 hours away, and 8 hours away from each other as well. Grandparents live at least 3 states away. I am trying to find my way in this world. I'm turning 25 in September and feel like I have no direction in life. The one thing that I've prided myself on for years. Why are my keys making noise? I don't know what that is. Whatever, it's fine. One thing I've been priding myself on for years is financial stability and success and knowing in theory how to make money and how to build wealth, and that just hasn't been lining up in real life, and it's really discouraging. I do own a home, and I have a lovely girlfriend, and I have a car with no car payment. It just seems like everything's getting more and more expensive, and I just don't know where the money's going. I don't know if I need to see a financial advisor or what, but I'm leaning towards that. I don't know. I have this thing. Another thing to know about me is I have autism, and one of my biggest struggles with it is paperwork and basically anything that's well formatted, I guess. I don't know. If it comes to me in the mail, it's I can't look at it. It hurts me, physically. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'm almost wanting to pay somebody to do my mail for me. But I can't do that if I don't know where the money's going, so. Also trying to get the girlfriend off of medical marijuana. It's spiraled a little bit into an addiction at this point, and we're getting her back off of that. And it's been going really, really well. She used to be having a cart every 1 to 2 days. I don't know, it's probably not 1 to 2. It's probably 2 to 3. But now she's down to only 2 hits a day. And so that's been really good. So I'm helping her get off of that, so that'll be good. I don't know. I'm just feeling really, really stuck. I have a really good job. Well, it's a horrible job, but it pays really well for our age, I guess, for my age. It pays almost $25 an hour. You don't have to have a degree, but you do have to stand in the same spot and be able to do the same thing for 12 hours in a row. And when I first started, it drove me absolutely crazy. There was a point in time where, let me set up a little bit of context. The machines have alarms on them, and usually when the alarms pop up, something flashes on in red on the screen that you can dismiss, and this time it just wasn't doing that, and it was still very new. And it turns out an alarm happens when something different happens. It's not an actual alert, it's just something to just let you know about something. So I kept pressing dismiss alarm, and it didn't go away, and it just kept having this very slow beep, beep, beep. So I convinced myself that I was actually in a coma in the hospital, and I don't know. I go back and forth on that sometimes too. Every time I have this theory that every time I hear somebody say "wake up," that's actually my family trying to get me to wake up, and it's pretty sad and existential and stuff. But it is what it is. It's whatever. I don't know. I don't have any direction in life, and I know that's a part of 20s. Like I've talked to older people. I've talked to my mom years ago about it, and she said it's very normal to have a lot of turmoil, and 20s are supposed to suck, but jeez, I don't know. My grandparents also were saying about, I was talking to them about how time works a little bit. They told me that it never stopped. Like, yeah, you know how you're a kid, and like if you have timeout and you have to be at timeout for an hour or whatever it is, like 15 minutes, whatever, it always feels like forever. You get grounded for a week, and that's forever. Your whole life stops basically. And now that I'm an adult and I'm 24, a week flies by in an instant basically. I have no idea how to keep track of time. I have no concept of time management, because time speeds up as you remember more. And I was asking my grandpa, since he's fairly stable, I'd say. I don't really know about his finances, but he seems financially successful, and he seems like he can kind of just relax. But he was saying that the time never slows down, really. And same with my dad. He's getting up there. He's over 60 at this point. He also is saying that there's some times where like individual moments may seem like they're slow, but time still passes in an instant, and it just speeds up and speeds up as you go along in life. And I'm really worried if I don't have a drive, or I don't have a career set, or anything that I'm working towards. I mean, I'm trying to get a promotion at my job. Like, I guess not, obviously some people don't do that, but I am trying to get promoted, but that's not a career. I can be, but where I work, it's a very, it seems at least, very cliquey. Like everybody's related to each other that are in positions of power and stuff. I don't know, it's just, I don't have a lot of high hopes for it. Past a certain extent, I think I can move up one more position before I get maybe two. I guess there's one level above mine that's kind of generic, and then there's one more above that that's a tiny bit more specialized. But I think that's all the farther I can go without being related to one of them, and that's never gonna happen. So I don't know what to do, really. I would like to start doing clay. That's a job that AI at this point has no concept of taking over. I wanted to go into finance for years, but that's going to be a job that's going to be replaced almost first out of the gate by AI. It's rudimentarily, I don't know if that's even a word, but I don't even think I'm using that right. It's essentially being replaced right now, but it's not always 100% accurate. So take it with a grain of salt. That's why I say that fake word that I just used, whatever I said. It's hard to pronounce. But yeah, I wanted to go into finance. With autism, I have a special interest in finance, and I think the way money works is incredibly interesting. And I listen to things on it all the time, hours and hours of content on how money works, and I love it. But the way things are going, I don't even know if we're going to have money in 10 years, 20 years. If so, then it's going to be probably a universal income situation, or it's going to be tied to something like trade, like physically trading what you have, or it's going to be something like Bitcoin or gold based, where it's like a limited thing I'm leaning more towards Bitcoin just because of the digital age. But I don't know. I'm just scared. I'm scared and I'm stuck. And I'm trying to take care of all this stuff, and I'm really frustrated with high school. I want to be a teacher so bad so I can teach an elective class of life skills. But I don't even know if that's... I want to do so much, but it requires unlimited time, basically. I want to be a teacher. I want to be an astrophysicist. I want to be a... What is that? A biological engineer. I want to rewrite genetic code, whatever that is. Genetic engineer, that's what I'm thinking of. I want to work at Neuralink, SpaceX. I want to do all these things, but I can't. I don't know how. I don't know how to get on the right track. I don't know how to get there without getting into horrible, horrible debt with a college or the government. Because I do pride myself on having no debt, basically. I do have debt for a window loan that I did for my house, but I figured at the time that would be an investment, and I didn't really look at the numbers, which is really dumb considering all that I know. I don't know. It's really stressful, and I do want to know about everything that everybody else is struggling with, because I feel really alone right now. A lot of my friends don't have jobs, and there's some, like, one of them is living with a roommate, one of them, their bills are pretty much covered by their parents, the other one is also living with their parents, and works for their parents, and only gets like $500 a month, and they seem to all be working it out, and they seem to have it all under control, and they seem happy. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I make like the median household income by myself. I make, I think, between $45,000 and $50,000 a year, but I'm still struggling to be able to put food on the table. I feel like I can do it, and I do it every single day, but I'm so stressed about it, and I don't know where the money's actually going. I have a little bit of a float of like money in my account. It's just dwindling, it seems like, and I'm struggling to find direction, I think. I would really like to get into raku pottery, and I really like to start doing that. I know how to refine my own clay from literal dirt, just like off the side of the road. Know how to look for it and refine it and make it into raku. So I think that'd be a cool process of just outlining that whole thing and just seeing the whole process going from dirt to I want to call my company this, and if I ever do it, or like start classes or something, teaching classes on how to do it, I want to call it Dirt to Dinnerware. I know how to fire it without a kiln, in theory. I haven't actually made any pots out of the clay, but I have refined the clay. My girlfriend's getting a tattoo tomorrow, and she needs a place to sleep that is away from all the pet hair at home. We have three pets. We have 2 cats, 3 pets total. 2 cats, 1 dog, and the dog is a puppy, and she's crazy. And she's 50 pounds. She's a black lab, and she's crazy. So she needs a room where the dog is not allowed to get to. So I'm trying to make the storage room into that. Driving through a dust storm right now, which looks kind of cool, but I'm not going to show it because I don't know how much I want to put on the internet. I'm sure eventually I'll give in. People will know where I'm at. Whatever. I don't know. I've really tried to keep my digital footprint minimal, but I don't even know if there's any point. I feel like it's more of a detriment than a resource to have that at this point. I'm struggling so much to find my way in this world that is progressing so fast that nobody knows what to do, really. 50 years ago, you would know that, like, what career to go into, and you could be on that track, and you could just be whatever that was, like a factory worker or whatever. I don't really know too much about history, but I know that the future is easier to predict when there's less progression. And we're progressing so fast as a society. I don't know. What do you guys think I should be? I guess whoever sees this, the one person. I watch a lot of Diaries of a CEO, I believe the channel's called, and they had a guy on there that said you should have like at least 10 hours of content to know who you are or whatever, to make you a bit more valuable as a person in this day and age. And I think that's true, because that's also how Trump won the election too. He did a lot more podcasts and a lot more unedited videos online. I don't know. It's just, he was very smart when he came to his election and stuff. It's wild to see everything happening in politics. I don't really know if I lean one way or another, but I definitely try to consume a bit of media every now and then. Just hear what's happening. Between everything with Epstein and Musk doing a Hitler salute allegedly, I don't know. That's just crazy. It's just a crazy time to live in. I heard a clip off of a news website. They were like trying to take back the word Nazi, and I think that's really horrible. You shouldn't want to claim the term Nazi. That seems a little bit of a red flag to me, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. It's a crazy world we live in. And a lot of people, the thing about the progression is AI. A lot of people are worried about it killing us or keeping it under control, when I think the much more likely situation is that we are going to either assimilate or it's going to leave us behind. It's going to totally have its own goals that we have no idea. It's learning languages. It has its own robotic language. I don't know if anybody's heard about this, but it's been like I don't know if it's official or not, but there definitely is ways to compress English language to transfer more information faster, and it will definitely adopt the language that humans can't comprehend in like as a trade-off for progression. You can progress way faster if you can convey more information faster. And we are going to either assimilate or get left behind for something that we created that we don't understand the way it actually works, the way it actually thinks. We know how to build it, but we don't really know what's going on. By the time we do, it's already done it and moved on. It's crazy. That's a little bit why I want to work at Neuralink, because I want to be able to assimilate, or have the opportunity to. I say that, and I like that idea and concept, but we don't know really what anything like is as far as consciousness or anything. Like, can you clone your brain, and will you still be there, or will you just die and have a copy of you that thinks it's you? I don't know. I don't know. I want to work at Neuralink, because the people that assimilate first are going to be the only ones that, well, hopefully not, but are going to be the people that get so far ahead of us as a species. They're not even going to, like, I don't even know what's not going to happen, because first person to assimilate is going to be a part of a hive mind, really. And I think hive mind is where we're headed. I think diversity of thought is going to be a limited resource in the future. And I think that's going to be a really scary time to be alive, but we'll see.